Hi everyone, my name is Chan Zhuangshen from FNBE. Today I will introduce the biography of Yao Mingpei. Yao Mingpei was born in China in 1970, the son of a prominent banker. At age 17, he came to the United States to study architecture and received a Bachelor of Architecture degree from MIT in 1940. Upon graduation, he was awarded the Alpha Rochi Medal, the MIT Traveling Fellowship, and the AIA Gold Medal. In 1942, Pei enrolled in the Harvard Graduate School of Design where he studied underwater rockets. 6 months later, he volunteered his services to the National Defense Research Committee in Princeton. Pei returned to Harvard in 1944 and completed his Master in Architecture in 1946, simultaneously teaching on the faculty as an assistant professor. Awarded the Wheelwright Traveling Fellowship by Harvard in 1951, he traveled extensively in England, France, Italy, and Greece. Pei became a naturalized citizen of the United States in 1954. In 1948, William Zeckendorf invited Mr. Pei to accept the newly created post of Director of Architecture at Webb & Knapp, a real estate development corporation, resulting in many large-scale architectural and planning projects across the country. In 1955, he formed the partnership of Yao Mingpei and Associates, which became Yao Mingpei and Partners in 1966, and Pei Corp Fried and Partners in 1989. The partnership received the 1968 Architectural Firm Award of the American Institute of Architects. Thank you. That's all. Now I introduce the company which is owned by Yao Mingpei, and the name is called Pei Corp Fried and Partners. Pei Corp Fried and Partners is an architectural firm based in New York City, with major projects in more than 100 cities around the world. Its work is noted for excellence in design. The firm provides a full range of architectural services as well as planning and urban design. Projects designed by Pei Corp Fried and Partners have received more than 2,000 awards for design excellence, including 24 AIA National Honor Awards. In addition, the firm has been recognized numerous times for design excellence in the totality of its practice. Pei Corp Fried and Partners has been recognized many times for the totality of its practice. The firm received the New York State AIA Firm Award in 2009, the Lifetime Achievement Award from the New York Society of Architects in 1992, and the Chicago Architecture Award in recognition of significant contribution to architecture and to the design of urban environments in 1985. The Posters Creative Arts Award, which honors a distinguished body of work and leadership in the development of an art form, was bestowed upon the firm in 1981 in recognition of its architectural innovation and excellence, having enriched the American landscape with some of its most graceful and aesthetically satisfying works of architectural art. In 1968, the American Institute of Architects conferred on the practice its Architectural Firm Award, citing the eminently successful collaboration among the partners, associates and staff, which has resulted in years of consistently distinguished design. Thank you.
Mr. Pei's personal architecture style blossomed with his design for the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado. It subsequently gains world national attention with the its building of National Gallery of Art in Washington and the John Fitzgerald Kennedy Library in Boston. Two of the Sun 30 institutional projects executed by Mr. Pei Others include church, hospital, and municipal buildings, as well as school, library, and over 1,000 museums. His most recent work include the Morton H. Mercer Symphony Center in Dallas, the Grand Louvre in Paris, Nihon Museum in Shiga, Japan, the Schoolhouse at the German Historical Museum in Berlin, and the Musée d'Art Moderne Grand Jing in Luxembourg. Among Mr. Peck's skyscraper design are the 72-story China Tower in Hong Kong and the Four Seasons Tower in Midtown Manhattan. He has completed 2 projects in his native China, the Fragrant Hill Hotel in Beijing and the Suzhou Hotel in Suzhou. Each designed to graft abundant technology onto the roofs of indigenous buildings and thereby sow the seed of a new, distinctly Chinese form of modern architecture. Mr. Peck is interested in the art and education in evidenced by his numerous membership of visiting community at Harvard and MIT, as well as on several governmental panels. He has also served on the AIA Task Force on the West Front of the U.S. Capitol, a member of AIA National Urban Policy Task Force and of the Urban Design Council of the City of New York. He was appointed to the National Council on the Humanities by President Lyndon Johnson in 1966, and to the National Council on the Arts by President Jimmy Carter in 1980. In 1983, Mr. Peck was chosen the laureate of the Practical Architecture Prize. He used the 100,000 award to establish a scholarship fund for Chinese students to study architecture in the United States. Among the many academic awards bestowed on Mr. Peck are honorary doctorates from Harvard University, the University of Pennsylvania, Columbia University, New York University, Brown University, the University of Colorado, the Chinese University of Hong Kong, and the American University of Paris. Most recently, he was awarded to the Laura Honoris Causa by the University of Rome in 2004.
Mr. Peck is a fellow of the American Institute of Architects and a corporation member of the Royal Institute of British Architects, and has also been elected to the American Academy of Arts and Science, the National Academy of Design, and the American Academy and Institute of Arts and Letters. In 1975, he was elected to the American Academy itself, which is restricted to a lifetime membership of 50. 3 years later, he became the counselor of the Academy, the first architect to hold this position and serve until 1980. Mr. Peck was inducted a French title in 1984 and decorated by French government as a commander in the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres in 1985. On July 4, 1986, he was one of the 12 naturalized American citizens to receive the Medal of Liberty from President Ronald Reagan. 2 years later, French President François Mitterrand inducted Liu Mingpei as several in the Legion of Honor, and in November 1993, he was raised to officer. Also in 1993, he was elected an honorary academician of the Royal Academy of Arts in London. In 1997, the Académie des Architectes de France elected him foreign member. Now, let's talk about Mr. Pei's achievement. Among Mr. Pei's many professional honors are the Arnold Brunel Award of the National Institute of Arts and Letters in 1963, the Medal of Honor of the New York chapter of the American Institute of Architects in 1963, the Thomas Jefferson Memorial Medal for distinguished contribution to the field of architects in 1976, the Gold Medal for Architect of the American Academy of Arts and Letters in 1979, the Mayor's Award of Honor for Arts and Culture, New York City in 1981, and the Gold Medal of Alpha Rho Chi, the National Professional Fraternity of Architects in 1981. In 1979, Liu Mingpei received the AIA Gold Medal, the highest architecture honor in the United States. 3 years later, he received the Grande Medal d'Or from the Academy of the Architecture de France. In 1989, the Japan Art Association awarded him the Premium Imperial for Lifetime Achievement in Architecture. And in the following year, UCLA bestowed the University Gold Medal. In 1991, Mr. Pei received the Excellence 2000 Award and the Colbert Foundation's first awards for excellence. He was awarded the Medal of Freedom by President George H.W. Bush in 1993, the Medal of Arts by the National Endowment for the Arts in 1994. And the Jack Kennedy and Narcissus Medal by the Medical Art Society of New York City in 1996. Of the many honors extended, Mr. Pei has accepted the Independent Award of Brown University in 1997, the Edward McDowell Medal of McDowell Colony in 1988, and the American Philosophical Society's Thomas Jefferson Medal for Distinguished Achievement in the Arts in 2001. Most recently, he was awarded the Henry C. Turner Prize for Innovation in Construction Technology Award by the National Building Museum in 2003, the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Smithsonian Institutions Copper Hewitt National Design Museum in 2003, and the Irwin Wicker Foundation Orient Antioxidant Presses in 2006. There will be the last award and the latest award for Mr. Pei.
Hello, my name is Liu Charlie. Today I will introduce about the project of Liu Mingpei, which is Bank of China Tower in Hong Kong. The tower provides over 130,000 square meters of office space for the Bank of China, in a stunning building which is both practical and beautiful. Worked to a tight budget of just 130 million, Pei used all his architecture skill to produce this wonder. The Bank of China Tower stands 70 stories tall, reaching a height of 1,209 feet. At the time of its opening in May 1990, it was the tallest building in Asia and still remains one of the tallest in Hong Kong. Pei was requested to create a tall, unique headquarters that would represent the aspiration of the Chinese people, yet also symbolize good
will towards the British colony. A key issue for Pei was the symbolism of the structure for the Chinese people and the British colony. Original plans including an X-shaped cross brace. However, in China, the X shape is seen as a symbol of death. As an alternative, Pei chose to use diamond forms. The bamboo pans was also a significant inspiration of these unique buildings. The growth pattern of bamboo is the symbol of hope in the Chinese culture. Pei had to grapple with feng shui when he designed the Bank of China Tower in Hong Kong. When you design buildings in Hong Kong, you cannot get away from that problems. There are specialist feng shui masters who advise people on all matters of things, especially on the selection of building site, placement of the building on the site, and the shape of the building in the site. I was aware of this but did not take it seriously. As soon as made of our design public, I was immediately attacked just as fiercely as I was attacked for the work, but for different reasons. The building had too many shapes, which is sharp corners and bring bad luck to one's neighbors. But the real challenge for Pei was architecture. The buildings was placed on a small and difficult site, surrounded by a heavily trafficked roadway, and there was no possibility to make an entrance. And so I proposed to create a new road at the back of our site. The site had one important advantage because it is located just out of the airport flight path. The new building was not restricted but the height limited. A tall building would permit us to overlook some of the most important buildings in Hong Kong. The next challenge was how to make it structurally expressive. Pei said that. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Lin Hui Sim from FNBE in Politics. Today I'm going to talk about one of the projects of a famous architect, which is Mr. Yeo Min Pei, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum opened its door in 1995 on the shore of Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Its mission is to educate visitors, fans, and scholars from around the world about history and continuing significance of rock and roll music. It carries out this mission through its operation of a world-class museum that collects, preserves, exhibits, and interprets this arts form, and through its library and archive as well as its educational programs. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum is one of the 150,000 square foot picturesque building that serves as the permanent home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is the world's first museum dedicated to the living heritage of rock and roll music. The museum features dynamic, interactive exhibition, intimate performance space, and present a rotation of artifact and costume display from the museum permanent collection. Exhibits showcase specific era styles and milestones, as well as highlight the many facts of rock and roll's evolution. Designed by international renowned architect Yeo Min Pei, the building is striking state of the art facilities that rises above the shore of Lake Erie. It is a composite of one geometric forms and dynamic cantilever space that are ensured by 162-foot tower. The tower supports a dual triangular-shaped glass tent that extends at its base onto a 65,000 square foot plaza. providing a dramatic main entry facade. The building houses more than 55,000 square feet of exhibition space as well as administrative office. The museum store presented by FYE Music and a cafe. Yao Ming-pei, arguably the world's most celebrated architect, designed the National Gallery of Art East Building in Washington, D.C., in John F. Kennedy Library in Boston. The Museum of Modern Art is at Athens, and the extension of the Louvre in Paris, among many others buildings worldwide. In design this building, said Pei, it was my intention to ensure the energy of rock and roll. I have consciously used an architectural vocabulary that is born and new, and I hope the building will become a dramatic landmark for the city of Cleveland and for fans of rock and roll around the world. Thank you.